Welcome everybody to the 2015 extravaganza we call IAAPA. 30,000 visitors and more. So, in general, who am I speaking to? Are we speaking to mostly local, or are we talking outside of Orlando area? Who's in Orlando? Who is primarily outside Orlando? Okay, so a bigger outside than inside mix. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Jeff Wilson, CEO of Extreme Engineering. We've been coming to IAAPA for pushing 20 years. And to get something out of the way first, our 9th first place in IAAPA. It would have been nice to have 20, but we started late. So why is this here? We were 20 years ago introduced the very first mobile climbing wall to the industry here that created a lot of businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs made their way, and it opened up what is now about a $10 million a year business for the mobile amusement industry. If you look at our industry today, it's about 12 billion. About 4 billion of that is for the roller coaster producers, us, and everybody else. So by creating a new roller coaster, you see behind you, the Cloud Coaster, it pushes us into the now playing with the big boys and the big boys sandpit. What this is, what you see behind you, is a completely configurable, scalable, cartless roller coaster. What that means is you can make it any size you want. You can go up hills, down hills, left, right, take people from the car park into your park. You can take people around your FEC, hung to the ceiling. It can be done on a ski resort coming down the hill. What are some of the features? We've initiated what we call our mag brake system, it's our automatic braking system. It's a mag brake system. We've implemented a particular type of non-contact magnetic that's never been used before in the industry. What that means is you can put a really heavy person, a really light person, it doesn't matter, it always works. It doesn't care about temperature, doesn't care about rain, doesn't care about freezing, because it's not friction, it's magnetics. The other feature you'll see is a lift mechanism back there that takes people from one lower level to an upper level. Those can be, again, scaled to any kind of size and speed you need. You can do it to the point where you can set a cart, whether the cart has one person or 4 people in it, you can set one of those carts away about every 10 seconds. Currently, we've got it set up for about every 30 seconds. We just ran out of room and, frankly, enough money to make it any bigger in the show. So I would encourage anybody who would like to try it, please do. But what's great about it, we have one operator operating it. And it has not stopped since we've opened today. So I guess so far guests, particularly the kids, are in love with it. Any other features about it is, I guess what I would emphasize, it's scalable and it's configurable. And those are probably 2 key attributes, which means you can make this as big as you want and do as many things as you need it to do across the whole fruited plains, as we say. Now, I'm going to move quickly into a question and answer period. And does anybody have any specific questions or stump the engineer here?
Can you make it with undulating hills?
Can I make one up undulating hills?
Undulating hills.
Absolutely. What's great about this system, again, you can make it like a ski run, one long run, or you can make it stair-stepping, depending on what you want to try to do with it. So yeah, going uphill is what it can do.
Like that?
Yep. Follow terrain. We're actually talking to a ski resort today about doing that very thing. Summer ops for ski resorts has become a very, very key attribute. When you think about they've got all this money tied into a ski resort, you can only use it for 2 to 3 months a year. Now with this, you can run your summer ops, extend that. Any other questions?
Would it be possible to build one with people being able to do it side by side?
Yeah, so you're talking a side-by-side cart. Yeah, tandem or side-by-side. Tandem meaning one behind the other, side-by-side, absolutely. Weight's not an issue. All you have to do, if you're trying to get more weight, you scale the beams up. It's not a problem. This currently will handle about 600 pounds per cart with a factor of safety of 3x. So that's 1,800 pounds. So you see it wouldn't have to be a beam any much larger than this, if it larger at all. Any other questions?
Do you have any installations lined up?
Yeah, we do. We're actually working with several locations worldwide, ranging from Penang, Malaysia, to Iran, Mexico City. So this is the debut of the product. So we don't have any current installations. We're excited to get them in. But what we've done is our homework, and that's probably more important than doing the sales. What that means is we can actually implement this next week in our factory. We just devoted a 40,000 square foot area within our factory just to this product.
What's the cost for this?
What's the cost? Well, if it's really small, it's not very much. If it's really big, it costs more. I think the thing that really, I think the way to scale that better is, if you look at this, for example, it's just a baby unit used for the trade show purposes. If you were to double this, would it double the cost? The answer is no. If you were to double the size of this, it only adds about 40%. So the bigger you go, the more economical it becomes. It never becomes free, by the way, so that math doesn't quite work that way. It's okay. Any other questions? All right, who has not been on it? Not been on it. Okay, who wants to go on it? Keep your hand up, come on. All right, go. Put you on there. Okay, so has anybody been in a manufacturing plant? Taking a tour, seeing it on TV? That's what this is. Except for we don't manufacture with this, we send people down the assembly line. Now, that sounds kind of crass, but the fact is, I don't think there's been a person who seriously talked to me who hasn't asked, how many people can I put through this? That's a manufacturing question. They haven't asked, are they going to be smiley? Are they going to get a hamburger at the end? No. They've asked, how many people can we put through it? So that becomes a very key facet of what this can do. And by the way, the larger they are, the more people you can fit on it at the same time, therefore, more people coming out the backside. Any stump the engineer questions? Any physics questions? I'm not very good at that, but I thought I'd ask that. One of the interesting things I wanted to also bring up again and iterate on, we're using a non-contact magnetic braking system. I know that sounds boring, but let me get a tour. Hang on. I would invite you to try this. Now, most people say don't try this at home, but I don't think it'll work much. If you look at this, this is a bunch of magnets that are not contacting, they're not touching this aluminum electrically conductive plate. Now, if I just let go of this, we all know it'll fall. That's what happens to you on most zip lines. However, on our zip line, this is what happens. It stops you while you're in the brake, and you still don't fall off the end, by the way. We have another one of those to catch you. So, as simple as that is, it's very innovative. Simple is probably the hardest thing to do in engineering. In fact, in life, it's probably the hardest thing to do. So, I would invite you to play with this to see how it interacts. I'd invite you to play on the product itself and have a good time. Thank you very much. Any other questions before I say goodbye? No? Okay. Thank you very much.